Medicaid.
We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know. As we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix.
Get out my way, boy.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say, maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage of this particular series.
Oh, I seen that, baby.
The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Third down, it's Penix. It's his running back. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get
Combat.
this away. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He's got room to roam here. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Best run games in this league at bounds. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Takes the handoff, now Love. Connects on the crosser. Spins out of one stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 13. Pocket isn't holding up. that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. From the shotgun, Penix. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Penix here from the gun. Puts him on the in route. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first. Trying the right side. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Andrew and Cooper there to make the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Penix now on first down. Escapes the pocket, and they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Michael Penix Jr., the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Love out of the shotgun. Brought in right side. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Well, time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a second quarter lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
About set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. We send a man in motion. On 1st down, here's Penix. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Penix on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck. Incomplete.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And again, it's Penix. Short pass brought in. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Coming off the edge, and it's blocked!
We could say they picked a great time to block the kick, but let's be honest. Any time is a great time to get through and block one. It really rewards the effort that those special teamers put in each and every time out. It might not always get noticed, but it sure does there. Big time.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Fits it through the middle. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. That one right down the middle. And the Packers double their lead to 14. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, not but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Penix now. Getting out to his left. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. 16 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. Trying again, following the set. He beams one deep right side. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Packers regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did. Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
The give here on second. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. Play fake, it's Love. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. First and 10 from the 41. Shotgun now for Love. Finds him on the crossing route. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Right on the doorstep now. Here's first and goal from inside the one. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers stretch their lead to 21. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running back sent in motion. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your play, but makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Flush down out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Searches from the pocket. Now he's forced out.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 46. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he is on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Washington calls it second timeout. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. It is caught left side. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Penix now to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's out a yard or two shy of the 15. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
First down from the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the shotgun, Penix. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, you've got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you've got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Third down, it's Penix. On the move, headed right. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Penix here from the gun. Touchdown, Washington. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Only 17 seconds left for them as they begin this drive. Takes the handoff, now Love. Able to get it to Reed. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. He's back to throw. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A final throw before the break. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give running right. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Hauled in by Musgrave. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down throw. Here's Love. Rolling into enemy territory. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Packers.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Thrown on first down, Love. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Quick pass, right side, complete. Touchdown, Green Bay. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Penix to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 5. Forced out to his right. That one's complete, right side. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing from the pistol, Penix.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Penix. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Here's Penix. He's got time here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers continue piling on to this lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Kenny Clark on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Penix now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Packers Packers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Love out of the shotgun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That one splits the uprights. And the Packers grow their lead yet again. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Give now to the running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 3rd down. Penix looking to pass. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On 1st down, here's Penix. Chased out to his right. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. To the air with Penix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing Penix. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Packers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly Not anymore. Red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Love. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Love from the gun. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Commanders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. All right, defense did its job. Forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT. Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Gonna keep this one and go. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. It's tried and true in 32 playbooks across the NFL for a reason, Brock. Even when teams see this one coming, just so tough to stop a quarterback sneak.
It feels like a win in today's football is just to stall them at the line on that play. So many groups are so effective with the QB sneak, but that time the timing of the call, I think, was most important that led to the
man, well, as you want.
They're going down swinging. We see here getting ready for an onside kick. And the Packers are able to recover the kick. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Working inside the red zone. Throw caught at the 6. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some...
It's a Green Bay touchdown. As he naps another touchdown, Brock, I got to ask you, the former QB, is this a point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have one touchdown today are coming over you and saying, bro, why aren't you looking for me? Throw me the football.
They may be saying it, but it's a little more of a look, Kay. Like, really? I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table? But when you got the rapport these two have right now and the confidence and the timing, boy, you look him up every chance you get.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Buys time, rolling right. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Working quickly here. Penix here from the gun. Finds a man, right side. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Penix now on first down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Desperation time here on 4th. Finding Flowers. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost him a possession.
And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 2nd and 3 now. Another carry for him. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It was the rookie from USC who got there for that tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throwing his love on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks knocks it free, incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
And that play's brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. What a play to beat the defense on 4th down. It's 23 yards and a first.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another.
And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Packers are running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. So this is a Packers win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.